Hello, my name is Michelle Songkrant. I am a survivor of human trafficking. I was living in the south end of Lima, Ohio, which, if anybody knows anything about that, it's pretty much the hood. Okay. It's impoverished. I met a young man who was from Detroit, Michigan. I did not know that he was a pimp. I didn't know anything about what he was involved in. 5 months into that process, he hit me in the mouth, busted my lip, and said, "Now get dressed, you're about to start paying me back." And I was taken to Beaver Dam, to the truck stop, and began to work so that I could pay him back.
My name is Alessandra De Romano. We're survivors of human trafficking. My childhood wasn't good. I was taken out of my parents' home at an early age, placed into foster care, molested, sodomized, and raped in foster care, and that went on through till I got older. I was running away because my mother's boyfriend, after I got back with my mother's boyfriend was molesting me. So I started running away. So that's how they could get to me, because I was running away.
I'm Dr. Marlene Carson. I am a survivor of domestic minor sex trafficking. What that means is I was taken as a kid, a child. I was 15 years old, not yet an adult, couldn't consent to sex, and I was taken into prostitution. Essentially, that's what that is. I know for the sake of the context of this interview, I do want to say that I was made into a bottom girl. And so a bottom girl, there's hierarchy in exploitation. A bottom girl is the recruiter or the manager for a trafficker. One of my roles as a bottom girl was to take girls to the abortion clinics.
The way it was set up is when you are getting pimped, when you come into it, when I came into it, I can't speak for anybody else, the game was already set. You know, you're gonna make sure that you're rubbered up. You're gonna make sure that you're only spending this amount of time. If it's more, it costs more. You're gonna make sure that you're not gonna get pregnant, because this is a money-making business, and you being pregnant is not a money-making business.
What was the situation if somehow you did end up pregnant? What was supposed to happen, if anything?
That you were gonna have an abortion, that you were not gonna have the child. That was said from day one. This was part of the rules.
So the rule, if I'm hearing correctly, is that if somehow you ended up pregnant,
you would abort the pregnancy.
Okay.
How old were you when you had your first forced abortion?
I was 19.
Okay.
Well, actually, I went to the hospital because I was hemorrhaging. They, even with the sponge, they couldn't, I was just bleeding everywhere. So he dropped me off at the emergency room with the instructions that there were people that were watching me. The second forced abortion didn't happen until I was owned by my third group of traffickers.
Okay. How old were you when you had your first abortion?
I was 16. No, I was 18.
In the clinic?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
so you're saying, Marlene, based on your experience in the world of sex trafficking, many victims of trafficking undergo abortion.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
you're saying,
I know girls that have had multiple, 4, 5, 17, multiple abortions.
the pregnant women that you took to the abortion clinic, did they have a choice?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Did you walk them into the clinic, Marlene?
Stay there with them to make sure they didn't leave. I had to monitor them. They were, this is slavery. They might as well have had a chain around their neck like a dog, and as I walked them in, I walked them out. Absolutely.
Okay.
We went to one clinic. I know he had relationship with someone at the clinic. They knew what it was. The lady that he had relationship with absolutely knew that these girls were being trafficked, pimped, we say back then, were being pimped, and she was part of it.
The abortion clinic employee.
Yes. I saw them go from at least some level of life
Okay.
to almost like a zombie. Like the depression is real.
Okay.
The emotional trauma is real.
I was a zombie. I was a walking zombie. I was shell shocked. I couldn't feel anything really. I just was totally disconnected from the world. It was kind of like watching a video that's on fast forward and you're standing still. That was how I felt most of the time.